Over the last few weeks, I've been encouraging you all to reflect on the last year or so. The ways in which the pandemic and the changes it has brought has impacted you. The ways in which God has been with you through it. The things that he might have been saying to you, how he may have guided you. And next month, I'm hoping to gather some of these stories together for a church service. And so if you haven't done so already and you have examples of how God has been with you, or things you have learned over the last year, it would be wonderful if you could record a video telling us about it. Just something short, a couple of minutes long, is more than enough. And if you're not technologically minded, but you have something to share, do let me know and we can find other ways to include your experiences too. From today, we're going to start something a little different. We are beginning to come out of lockdown in the UK and things are changing all over again. And though this is a positive step for many of us, it is going to be hard as well. For many of us, the last year has left us a little bit damaged. We've struggled with our health, our mental health, our spiritual life. The life of the church has been damaged, and we shouldn't expect it all to go back to how it was or for it to be easy and good straight away. So what I wanted to do with these thoughts, which will continue to be released on a Tuesday and Thursday for the time being, is to think together about spiritual disciplines. To think about the things which we can do to thoroughly ground ourselves in our relationship with God. So that as we go into the days ahead, we can do so with confidence, resting in him. And I hope that this will sit nicely alongside our new series of teaching on Sunday mornings called Survive, Revive, Thrive. Spiritual disciplines we're going to focus on. And today we start with the discipline of silence. And I need to start talking about silence because already I'm running out of time. Silence. When was the last time you heard it? Our lives are so full of stuff today, aren't they? Even when it seems like we've got nothing to do, the TV or the radio might be on. Personally, I'm a huge fan of podcasts and I'll rarely do anything on my own without listening to one. Even on the short walk to church, I have usually got my earphones in. Silence. And the spiritual discipline of silence isn't just about being quiet, sitting without any noise and doing a crossword or checking Facebook on your phone. The spiritual act of silence is about doing nothing. It's about waiting on God. It's not praying earnestly. It's not sitting there with your eyes closed and sending prayers to God, telling him everything that's going on with you. That's great and that's important. But we need to also make room for silence so that we too can listen, so that we can hear. Habakkuk 2 reminds us that silence is a proper response before God. It says, "The Lord is in his holy temple. Let all the earth be silent before him." And in the silence we can expect God to speak, to guide us. Silence is a spiritual discipline. It's a discipline. And that means that it might not be easy. But if we commit ourselves to it, if we turn it into a habit, a holy habit, it will help us to hear from God and to grow in him. In our service on Sunday, we're going to be thinking together about being still. And stillness and the spiritual discipline of silence have much in common, and so I'm sure I'll have more to say then. But for today, I have a challenge for you. I want you to try silence. Try it for a whole week. I'm not suggesting you go on a silent retreat where you're not allowed to speak for a whole week. But start with just 5 minutes a day of being silent, truly silent. And then maybe try adding a couple of minutes on each day so you increase that time of silence. God is in his temple, Habakkuk says. You are his temple. God is within you. Be silent before him and listen for his voice.